Lin versus 120. They've had epic encounters in the past. I can still remember days where they would play in GCS Grand Finals. In fact, that was the one time when Neo and I were in Shanghai GCS where Rudan, for example, was playing as well. But finally, we have been successful in starting our first map. TeD Cup 10 semifinals. We already know who tomorrow's grand finalist is going to be from the other side. That is Kao, the young and rising player from China. Both these players also live in China. 120 and Lin. And of course, originally South Korean, but has made China his home. And off we go. In the bottom left, we got Lin and 120 in the top right. Farsi Headhunters against DK Ghouls is normally what is the standard here. Interesting base build here by Lin. Everything tucked in very tight. Wait a minute. What is this build? Early shop. He was microing the peons. Only 4 peons in the gold mine, so that he has more lumber early. Ooh, this is a new evolution that I haven't seen yet. In terms of builds. So he wants to have salves early. Maybe even a speed scroll. Probably just salves. Aha. That is unusual. Normally one of the big upsides of playing Farseer is you don't have to... He sold the TP. Oh my god. You don't have to build a shop. You can save those resources because the wolves are always tanking all the damage. But Lin is going for an early shop. Very, very interesting indeed. It's going to be a late tech for him. He's going double borrow plus shop. Headhunters, so tier 2 will take a while. They're starting off very well with the claws of attack. Oh, use the coil on the wolf. Gets a bit more experience there. And 120 always so experienced with getting these last hits. Only needs 1 wolf now to get level 2. As tier 2 should be starting. Oh my god, dude. This is the slowest orc tech I have ever seen. Shop and Headhunters, 2 burrow, and early attack upgrade. One Zero is attacking faster than the orc, which normally never happens. Level 2 is acquired, but the DK lost quite a bit of HP. It's the cloak, which is actually pretty good for him here now, as he's so hurt. Ritual Dagger might be a good idea now with Death Knight having lost so much health. The heal salves so far weren't too helpful. I guess Lin mostly wants to have it for the Farseer. If he loses HP there. Very interesting. The cool thing about Cloak is you can use Ritual Dagger for healing and then use the Cloak to stay invisible so you can't get the healing can't get cancelled. Thank you, Omnia5, with the 13-month resub. I 120 so far refusing to get the Ritual Dagger. And Lin is poking. Trying to find some easy ghoul kills maybe, but 120 hasn't allowed those yet. And now we got 5 Headhunters with 1-0 upgrades. So this poke potential for Lin is very strong. Another Headhunter joining as well. Wait, it's going to be 6. He's going to have 7 Headhunters here. With this amount of Headhunters, he can actually creep every camp on the map already. Oh, wait. Who got the last hit? I'm not quite sure. Alright, tier 3 coming. Lich second. And yeah, 7 headhunters over here. You can see how quickly he's creeping. And also the skellies get taken out so fast. It's like 2 volleys maybe. And the skellies are gone. Shadowhunter second. No TC. Lyn didn't need any of his healed selves, by the way. He still has them all in his inventory. And this is a rough early game for 1-0, I'd say. He's far away from level 3 DK. He didn't get any headhunter kills. And not really able to get too many coil last hits either. Oh! But he... Wait. God damn it, I didn't see it again. I think he got it. The coil was a bit too early, but he got it with the right click, I think. With the DK. The Lich now joins. But so should the Shadowhunter. And the Shadowhunter with Hex will be a big help. Oh yeah, with this amount of Headhunters and Hex, Lyn can creep extremely well now. 1-0 is still struggling to get his relevant level ups. DK still on level 3. But that should change very soon. Going to the natural. Good experience right there. Illusion scouting by Lyn. And even picked up a bit more solo experience on the Farseer, I think. As tier 3 is coming. We also got Raiders. And there again, with the Hex, easy to creep. The Ogre Lord gonna drop a big item. Thank you, by the way, Nuhiro Masuda with a 45-month resub, and Kung Fu Kanaratte with 32 months. Cloak of Flame is gonna be wonderful later on for the TC. And now that the Farseer is level 3, it's time for the Shadowhunter to solo creep. DK also got level 3. Going for an early invul potion, and also buying a circlet, pretty expensive. Very early second attack upgrade for Lyn, by the way. Berserker's also coming. Oh, Lyn really wants the last hit, but oh, with a Nova. 1-0 claims that for himself. One headhunter goes down. Lyn with a speed scroll, though. He wants to find some kills in return. Don't know how that's gonna happen, though. There's an invul potion in the Lich. I think Lyn didn't see it. Oh, and all of a sudden, these Berserkers, which aren't Berserkers yet, it's just ghouls. I mean, it's just Headhunters. And the ghouls are chasing after them. Very good splits by 1-0. Takes out 2 more Headhunters right there. And the timing was the worst for Lyn. He didn't have the Berserkers yet. He didn't have the TC yet. And 1-0 had the perfect timing. He had the Frenzy Ghouls and he had the third hero. And that was a big mistake by Lyn. Trying to take that fight puts him far behind now. With the coil, he can get 1 more kill. Oh my goodness. Good early game by Lyn. He harassed the DKs creeping early very well, but that was the worst fight he possibly could have taken. TC's now finally out, but he was not part of the first fight. And 1-0 has a big lead with this. Level 2 now even on the Dark Ranger, so now he's going to have Silence to work with as well. Didn't buy the invul in here, that's kind of surprising. With the invul missing, Lyn could try to go for some hero kill now, maybe. 1-0 looking quite confident. Willing to steal this camp away from the opponent right in his face. Oh, Talisman almost stolen, but not quite. TC lands a beautiful stomp, and the Cloak of Flames is doing so much damage. 1-0 is brute forcing the kill on the TC, and he gets him as well. Only level 1, of course. TC pretty squishy. The Shadow Hunter was silenced. Could use the heal wave there. Not sure if he even had the mana. And the Shadow is still lacking the level 3. Lich gets it first. Level 2 Nova now available. What's the Dark Ranger's experience saying? Ah, she's not too close to level up. But if she gets to 3 and the DK gets to 4, 1-0 almost certainly going to win this game. No Fiends at all by 1-0, by the way. Interesting. Unlike Happy, who normally transitions into Fiends in the late game. I think I prefer this style at 1-0. Also, you can play very high tempo. Oh, the heal scroll after the Chain Lightning was absolutely perfect. The Kodo gets taken out, chased down again by some units at the side. But you can see the damage against the Berserk, against the Destroyers, still very noticeable. The piercing against the light armor doing a good job. 1-0 keeps making ghouls. And a 6th Acolyte. Getting ready for an expansion while the focus is on the southern side of the map. Lyn moving out, wants to keep creeping. Oh, 1-0 could have hit the main base again. I think that's a mistake. Not attacking the burrows right there. But rather falling back, creeping a bit more. Lyn is very happy to have this time to creep himself. Level 2 TC is going to be a big level up. But he needs some inmove potions as well. 1-0 was able to trade very well. He's rich. And the expansion is going to be instantly scouted. Oh. Wait. Did he see it with the wolf? I'm not sure. Scourge Bone Chimes, very useless for this Headhunter army on the Orc side. Whereas 1-0 finds the Robe of the Magi. Ooh, baby. That is a very good item. 1-0 closing in on 60 supply. Lyn only around 50. And he's ready for the next attack. The cement upgrade finished, that's good. The burrow's not so vulnerable now. But 1-0 is mainly trying to buy time with this attack. We see a Zeppelin for Lyn, probably to try to save his TC. That's kind of cool. Coil Nova right away takes out the Raider. And the TC is silenced. Doesn't have a potion to break through. One Destroyer goes down once again, but the Nova is doing so much work. TC getting ready for the Stomp, but he only hit the skeletons. A lot of Berserkers going down here. 1-0 always trying to engage and disengage with the ghouls, trying to bait the Stomp before then running back in. The ghouls, of course, super fast, especially now with the level 2 Unholy Aura. Farseer gets level 4 finally. Does that change much? I'm not so sure. There's one Kodo, one Fiend now finally in the mix. Oh, but the Shadow Hunter close to falling, but good usage. The Zeppelin there comes into play. Keeps the Shadow safe, but Lyn's army has disappeared. And the expansion is about to finish. Shop also gonna fall. Might be able to get the Fiend. Good target for the Ensnare, I guess, but the ghouls are always finding some return damage. I really like how 1-0's playing this. Stays heavy on the ghouls, keeps on fighting, keeps the game very scrappy, doesn't give too much time to Lyn to upgrade like crazy. If those Berserkers ever get to like 3-1 or 3-2 upgrades, they are so strong, especially in high numbers. This is where the ghouls will really fall off. So the high tempo play by 1-0, keeping up the pressure and fighting, and using this advantage to expand. Very much unlike Happy in the late game, but I think he played it very, very well. And we have a huge, huge lead now for 1-0. And somehow this camp is still left over, so 1-0 is going to get a big consumable here. Big mana potion would be absolutely sick. Wall of Mana Stealing also. Not too bad. And Lich gets level 4. Now we have Dark Ritual as well, along with his level 3 Dark Ranger. And 1-0 must be ready to close this out. The TC gets level 3. That's a very important level up. But Lyn's army is so much smaller. And of course now 1-0 has the way superior economy. Going for another heal scroll. Look into battle once again. 64 supplies. Scary army for 1-0. However, no upgrades at all. I think that's why 1-0 has to keep forcing the fights. He can't just let Lin macro up, get all the upgrades, get the big army. He needs to keep up this pressure. And he's doing it well. One destroyer goes down, but also traded for a Raider and Berserker. More Berserkers falling. And again, the ghouls always split off to the side if they can, try to not run into this Stomp, because of course the DC Stomp is one of the best things against him. Then he's finding some kills. But so is 1-0. And 1-0, of course, has that economy, that expansion to rely on. DK experience now also extremely close to the level 5. Coil Nova on 1 or 2 more Berserkers, he's gonna have it. And you can see the ghouls. They run in, they pretend as if they're gonna be close to the TC, and then they fall back again. Baiting Lin to engage, and not allowing him to land that perfect stomp. And again, TC was trying to reach the ghouls, couldn't get there. And the stomp kind of whiffs, and now the ghouls can re-engage once again. The TK now, level 5, the TC, in serious trouble. Needs to go for an invul potion. Oof. Survives that coil, actually. And with the invul, will survive for a little bit longer. More destroyers are falling. But the TC's invul almost over, and that is the kill. Level 3 coil, so much damage. And now the ghouls can reign free again. No need to be worried about the TC anymore. 1-0 is still microing them individually. Doesn't want to overexpose them. But he's going to take the first map. GG is called 1-0 for 1-2-0. New build by Lin. It turned out that he didn't really need the heal salves early, but he had them in case he might need it. But that was the worst timing. The worst timing imaginable to take a fight there for Lin. Didn't have the Berserkers, didn't have the third hero, and he fought into the Frenzy Ghouls and the Dark Ranger timing. That put him way too far behind. And I like the Frenzy Ghoul choice. I've criticized Happy for this before. I feel like Happy oftentimes takes the late game too slow, where he just goes creeping, builds a Fiend army, and is ready to take a fight 70 versus 70 supply. The higher the supply goes, and the better the upgrades become, the better it is for the Orc. If you can fight around 50 to 60 supply with lots of Frenzy Ghouls, and keep trading units out, and just keep leveling up that way, that is, I think, the way more beneficial way for Undead to play. And also, if you have a huge Fiend army, let's say 6-7 Fiends, the TC normally always lands a sick Stomp. That can also happen against Ghouls, but if you micro your Ghouls as well as 1-0 does, then that can also be prevented. Very hard to play this style perfectly, but 1-0 is of course one of the best players in the world. Alright guys, please stop with the balance whining. It's very immature and very annoying. These guys are great players, and putting it all in balance is a very cowardly thing and just takes away from their brilliance. Balance whining just, you know, very annoying. So please stop, or else I'm gonna have to ban you. Alright, we're getting ready for map 2. Waiting for 1-0 at the moment. What's the next map gonna be, I wonder? Does Lin have another build in store? I still feel like Blade Master might have some hope. But Blade Master definitely a lot harder to execute than Farseer Headhunters. It also has some serious weaknesses. Has big problems, for example, dealing with Undead fast expansion. And when you play against Happy, as Orc, you can be sure he's never going to fast expand. But against 1-0, that's a different story. With 1-0, you never know what's going to be coming. I wonder if we're going to see Blade Master Headhunters. Oh, true! It was Lin, wasn't it? Who played some Blade Master Headhunters recently. I haven't really seen it in big tournaments yet, but I heard that he's been practicing that a bit. That was Soen. Was Soen the one who invented this? Ah, okay. I thought it was Lin. Thank you very much. Tam Warcraft 3 with the 18-month resub. It says Kaho, our new hope. Yeah, Kaho, he's really taken the Warcraft scene by storm. We're gonna see him tomorrow in the grand final of the TeD Cup. Question is, who his opponent will be. Leroy Jenkins with the 19 months. Thank you. So here we are. Amazonia. An old school map. Here normally we see one grunt into headhunters. With a Farseer creeping the lightning shield camp here first. We don't see a barracks yet. This looks like a super fast tech skipping the barracks. Alright, Lena certainly cooked up some special builds for today. Oh, maybe it's just going to be normal headhunters in the end. It is the Farseer and DK ghouls on the other side. Peon Scout. What? Well, and it's trying to mess with the lightning shield creep. Probably. That is something you normally never see against Undead. A Peon Scout. Interesting. The Ghoul sees it early, though. Seems like 1-0 was prepared for this option. Alright, Peon does prevent the lightning shield creep, so that did work. In the meantime, of course, the Farseer is running across. He's trying to ensure that the DK doesn't get level 2 too easily. But Death Knight does get the big boy. Oh, important last hit right here. And 1-0 gets it. That would have been huge if Lin could steal that one, but didn't quite manage to. Bastard tech for Lin, of course. And we still got the barracks coming. Headhunters soon to join. Again, battle for the last hit. I almost felt like there was a window maybe there for the Farseer, but no, 1-0 has not made a mistake yet with these last hits. Every single one he ensured so far. Oh! Finally! The Farseer gets something. Got a little level 1 creep. But 1-0 won't mind that too much. He got lots of experience, he got the level 2. And with that aura now, he has a serious threat with those ghouls to surround the headhunters. Headhunter production stops. Ah, no. There we go. Alright, small macro mistake by Lin. Stopping production there for a little while. Zero, of course, would love to be just left alone to creep up with the DK and ghouls. With Death Knight and ghouls, you can creep very fast, especially on this map. Would love to take the middle kobold camps, for example, or the trolls. And it's going to be Lin's job to try to prevent that as much as he can. So 1-0 plays it safe. Just going for the little green camp. Not too much experience there, but it is safe experience. What's the second hero this time?
A player's forces are under attack.
Shadowhunter again. Oh, and 1-0 closed the surround. Farseer forced to TP away, and this could also buy a lot of space for 1-0 now to continue with the creeping. But Lin's got his Headhunter still around. He wants to make sure 1-0 doesn't get this middle too easily. Could go for a Dark Ranger now, actually. With the Dark Ranger, he's going to have more tempo right away, and could try to take the middle camps with her. Looking for some kills as well against these Headhunters. And one is certainly dead. It cost a speed scroll as well, still wasn't able to save him. Lin is counting the seconds until the Shadowhunter is finally ready. It's about to be here. Alright, here's the Dark Ranger. She's being gifted some slippers as well, which is quite nice. Oh, that ghoul almost goes down, but not quite. I think 1-0 hasn't lost a ghoul yet, if I saw this right. And the tier 3 starts. Lin seems to be in a bit of trouble again. Look at the experience especially. He's got only 20 XP this whole game so far. Alright, but with the Hex might be able to find some kills finally. 1-0 doing an excellent job so far, saving most of his ghouls. Oh my god, that one as well. Are you kidding me? And some ghouls will fall, but so will the Headhunters. DK chasing for more. Skelly's chasing for more. 1-0 has been very willing to spread out his units. We saw that on Concealed Hill as well, where he was chasing for more kills off to the side with Frenzy Ghouls and such. That Headhunter probably also going to go down. The coil's ready, eh? And that Headhunter falls. The Ghoul gets away. Whoa. Lin lost a lot. So did 1-0 though. But ghouls are easily remade. And also a little bit cheaper than the Headhunters. Lin was able to save at least a couple of them. And the sort of nice thing for Lin now is, this game had so much fighting that we didn't see much creeping. So lots of creep camps are still available. Also for the TC, who's joining as third hero. And 1-0's tier 3 is quite a bit later than the opponents. The Headhunters here very hurt though. This Dark Ranger has worked out very well, by the way. Oh! I'm not sure we got the experience there from the little kobold. Berserker upgrade now finished, that certainly helps, but so does the statue. The healing over time here, excellent for 1-0. Lich coming, Frenzy, and Destroyer. But with the TC arriving, Lin should be able to get this creep here, I would think. Oh, 1-0 trying to surround it, maybe? No, not really. And this could be a good timing for Lin. There's no Lich yet, no Orb yet. And Frenzy isn't quite finished, but it will be in just a sec. One more ghoul goes down. Alright, Lin, starting to find his footing here, I feel like. He's gonna get this kobold, he can go for the other kobold as well. And finally reaches level 2. It was a bit of a painful early game. Lin lost quite some Headhunters, but he was able to remake them in the end. DK about to get level 3. Dark Ranger still far away from level 2. Shadowhunter also going to get level 2 here finally. Very important for the heal wave. And yeah, still tons of creeps on the map. Wait, is he going to creep the red camp? I doubt it. 1-0 scouts the natural with the Skelly, but doesn't want to really creep Jack. Just wants to creep himself. Quel'Thala's boots. Very nice for the Dark Ranger. +9 agility. Ooh, baby. 1-0 got a lot of skellies from this camp. This is certainly a fight that Lin should not take against all these skeletons. And Lynch is satisfied to fall back, creep up a bit more, try to level up more on his heroes, and go for some more upgrades maybe as well. 1-0 already on the Berserkers. Could go for more soon after. 1-0 knows with all the skellies he has right now, he's quite strong. He can't really be contested, so he wants to take these two valuable camps. Some good items here. Heal potion, claws, ring also good in the late game for the TC. But Lin still wants his level 3s. Good scouting again by 1-0. The Raiders scouting things out. Oh, almost punished with the Coil Nova. Eer0 sort of accuracy, that's a pretty good item. 1-0 has been low on Fiends though. I wonder if this is going to encourage him to go more into Fiends. Now here at the Troll Camp we might finally meet. Level 3s are close for some key heroes here. Oh, the Raider goes down right away. The DK in trouble instantly, but he has the Immo Potion. Oh, Dispel. The Hex didn't go through. The Dispel was ready. So many Destroyers, of course, in the air. You could see that one coming from a mile away. At level 3 on the Dark Ranger. That's a big level up. And the DK's replenishment potions running in the meantime. During the invuln, and 1-0 is finding a ton of kills over here. The next Nova could be deadly. Oh my god, 2 kills right there. The Lich is now level 3, and the DK is about to get level 4. Going for a heal scroll as well. The next Storm could still be crucial. But it's only against skeletons. The skeletons for 1-0 is so strong right here. The level 3 Dark Ranger. And the Death Knight also gets level 4. 1-0 again with a favorable fight, but he doesn't want to throw away his lead. Falling back. Oh, and he's expanding again. I didn't even see it until now. Playing Expo once more. I'm not sure if this one can be cancelled. Signs on the TC can't use a Stomp right now unless he pops the Invul Potion, but he doesn't want to do that one either. Oh, the Farseer taking a lot of damage. The right click hurts quite a bit. DK with one more coil, but that was the last one for a little while at least, but the statues in the back still healing over and over. Proto Beast presents itself as an easy target. Slow movement speed, quickly taken out. Heal scroll by 1-2-0. Saves the Destroyer for a little bit longer, but not for much. Oh, and that Kodo also falls. The Ghoul returns from the stomach. And the expansion does finish. The wolf damage certainly not enough to force the cancel there. And 1-0 has, again, his win condition standing. Even on AZ, where getting up this expansion and keeping it safe can be very tough, he makes it work. And 1-0 now in a commanding position to take the 2-0 lead. Oh, the Nova in the back. So much damage. And still a ton of skeletons. So hard for the Orc to fight against the Skellies. He doesn't have Dispel, of course. Useful in this army. Trying to go for some hero kills, but that doesn't really lead to much. Stomp again hits the Skellies nicely, but basically nothing else. 1-0 easily able to chase as well with that level 2 aura. Then is trying for a desperate hero kill, but the Lich has the invuln ready, and the DK almost has another coil to heal up as well. Classic 1-0 with mass statues on the ground. He doesn't even have to morph into destroyers, I guess. And then calls for the GG and the 2-0 lead for 1-0. Damn! 1-0 showing up hot today. It seemed like Lin perhaps was able to get the upper hand there after a fairly bloody early game. But 1-0 I think smartly realizing when he could fight, when not, what were his strength timings. And when you have those mass skellies out on the map, it's just very hard for the Orc to either creepjack you or try to go for a straight up fight. 2-0 lead for 1-0. Needs only one more map to make it into the grand final. It's basically tradition by now. 1-0. Almost always gets into the grand final. In TeD Cup, that is. The last 6 TeD Cups, 1-0 was in the grand final every single time. And we might continue that way. But it's not over yet. Is this really going to be the end already? I certainly hope not. 1-0 in lane, we would love to see this series continue. But so far, 1-0 definitely seems to look a bit stronger today. But now, we go on to a new map, one that is rarely seen nowadays. An old classic. Terenas Stand. A very good defensive map. Expansion pretty hard to reach, always close to the own main base to reinforce, and perhaps most importantly, a shop between expansion and main that the defender can rely on. I think I'd like to see Lin be a bit greedy here. Normally, I'm not a big fan of greedy tiny Great Hall expansions, but I think this time, on this map, I'd like to see it. Fast tier 3, triple hero, TC and stuff, and then go for a tiny Great Hall at 40 to 45 supply or something. Oh, he's going Blade this time. Oh, damn. Good call. Yeah, Blade Master indeed. Okay. It's going to be a very different game. With the Blade Master first. Lin is going to be much more competitive in the late game in terms of hero power level. The TC and the Shadowhunter are, of course, always strong. But the Farseer, we could see now plainly, is a big liability in the late game. The Wolves basically don't do anything if there's ever Destroyers. And the Chain Lightning also isn't that good. The Blade Master will scale like crazy. If he gets to level 4 and beyond and gets some good items, the Blade can be absolutely devastating. But he's a bit RNG reliant. You need some items. Without any items, he's not that impressive. But normally on this map, you can get items pretty reliably. In the middle there's claws. Over here there's claws. If you're lucky, maybe even Quel'Thalas boots. We shall see. 1-0 with 4 ghouls creeping right away for a quick level 2 at the Merchant. Interesting. He didn't scout with an Acolyte, by the way. So 1-0 doesn't know that it's Blade Master. However, not being scouted for so long, he may figure it out soon. DK took a lot of damage, by the way. That's not ideal. Double circlet. Nice start for the Blade. Oh, and he may have the timing down perfectly to harass over here at the Merc. 1-0 is first creeping the green camp. He's playing it safe. Tier 2 has started. A lot faster for Lin. That's like a minute faster. Blade Master. Now he knows. 1-0 figures it out. Wants to go for a dust. Oh, Blade coming. Oh, almost stole the item. Oh, that was so close. 2 inches missing. Gets one last hit. But 1-0 picks up the claws. That was big. I love that he's scouting here. During nighttime, orcs love sneaking in a merc camp. So you always want to keep your eye on that if you're the undead. Grunts creeping a bit more in the middle. Blade gonna get level 2 from that at some point. Lin is wisely not committing too much with his grunts. He knows if they get surrounded and killed, which could easily happen, things are gonna be rough with the second hero, because the Shadowhunter needs to creep fast. I've seen Lin before also playing TC second and tier 2 expo. But not here, I suppose. Very smart also by 1-0 to come here into the middle. He was figuring out that the grunts were creeping the greens, so he comes into the middle to threaten the grunts and steal the greens away, so the Blade Master doesn't level 2 easily. But now he finally is level 2. Grunts were over here at the red. At the green, I mean. Doesn't have any heal salves on the blade, by the way. But we'll get some healing soon. Shadowhunter's finally here. Tier 3 coming. Bestiary. Oh, but 1-0. Gonna be able to steal a big camp right here. Very easy to snipe this consumable. One of mana stealing. Not bad by any means. Slippers for the Blade Master. He found some really good items. Later on, of course, he's going to have the orb. Maybe one more claws. And then he's going to be set. Very good scouting by 1-0. Keeping good coverage of the map. Oh. The Blade. Gonna get one goal. Cheeky. Just has to wait for the Lich. Will finally be joining now, but the Shadowhunter off to a very good start. Level 2 here, way faster than the Lich. And Claws of Attack. Hells yeah. This blade is gonna be really stacked. Very good for Lin. Oh! Lightning Shield didn't work, surprisingly. Use the Nova to secure the last hit. But here comes Lin. And this is a good window for him to try to take a fight. He's going to get these ghouls very easily if he wants. Speed Scroll, trying to save the Berserker. Shadowhunter almost getting surrounded. But he gets away. Trying to go for the Lich as well. There is Coils. And an Invul Potion, though. And stay on cooldown now for quite some time. But he gets the next ghoul as well. 2 more ghouls taken out. And now going for the DK. This is going to be a TP force as well. Will cost him the Raider, but very good exchange for Lin. Oh, and he can snipe the item here as well. 1-0 is forced to teleport away. There's a Nova though. Lich can get the last hit pretty easily, but perhaps not the item. Lich gets the last hit, but Blade picks up the heal potion. Double heal pot now on Lin. Definitely in the lead in this game. 1-0 creeping out on the map before he had statues, before he had tier 3. Definitely a big risk, and he got punished for it pretty hard. And here comes the TC. This is going to be a very valuable camp for Lin as well. Might be able to get level 3 on the Shadow and Blade here. And it's gonna get a big item. Oh my god, does 1-0 have the read? This is being crept right now. There's no scroll of speed, but there's heal potions. 1-0's game read is so sick here on Terenas Stand. Then has to buy the Zeppelin. Oh, that's smart. That is very smart. Zeppelin saves actually the whole army. Damn. Great save by Lin. I wasn't even considering the Zeppelin. But yeah, that was... Oof, crucially important. If he doesn't get that Zepp, perhaps the whole army dies there. Book of the Dead. Pretty good, actually, as long as there's no Dispel, which so far there isn't. And Lin is getting important experience here. Once he's 3-3-2, his hero levels are very strong. And if you ever get 4-3-3 with these heroes, anything's possible. Blade Master still has space to pick up the Orb of Lightning. I wonder if he's perhaps going to go crit level 2. I feel like Windwalk might not even be needed. He's considering it. Oh my god, Klaus plus 9. This blade gonna be very stacked, but you need to make sure also that he survives. He's gonna be a bit of a glass cannon. And it is crit level 2. Level 4 though on the DK, also strong level up. Is going for Death Pact to be safe against Blade.
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh, coil on the illusion. Health stone on the ground. Oh my god, so many healing items. Then has 2 heal potions and a health stone. No Orb of Lightning yet, though. Without Orb of Lightning, the blade can get kited super hard with Frost Armor. Zero creeping up a bit more. Lin still playing it very cautious. Does not want to be
A player's forces are under attack.
over aggressive, over eager. He's got lots of gold, by the way. He had lots of gold until now. Now we see the production kicking in. Plus 30 damage on the blade. This could be some big crits. Max damage is 79. TC trying to land the money stomp. Focus fire on the blade right away. Oh, the Zeppelin! Gets him to safety again. Heal potion, baits the coil. Dude, the Zeppelin is doing a great job. And the ghouls in the front line getting slaughtered. DC Stomp was helping out there quite a bit as well. The Shadowhunter has the mana potion and the next heat wave available. Damn, beautiful hold by Lin. So well done. Ensnare's flying. Could take out a statue here as well, perhaps. Shadowhunter needs to protect him. This Zeppelin! Dude, this Zeppelin is the MVP of map 3. And now it's time to clean up. Nova on the Blade Master, but he saw it coming. He gets the heal wave once more. And then has a huge army left over. Backstab kills the statue. Ensnare, he has the next one. He's got the heal scroll as well. Damn! What a sick game by Lin. Absolutely amazing. And the Dark Ranger is gonna fall as well. I mean, 1-0 calls it GG. Wow. What a sick game by Lin. Beautiful Blade Master play. Something that only very few people can pull off. And that was just marvelous. Marvelous. Some good items as well. But mainly just impeccable play by Lin. And that's what I said, you know, Blade Master, there might be something there. There might be some hope. Some new hope through the Blade Master. And we saw it there. But it's very map reliant. Blade Master is not a hero you can play on any map. But given the right map, he can be quite strong. Autumn Leaves is also a very good Blade Master map. Last Refuge, kind of, but not necessarily. It can also be pretty tough if all the easy camps are taken early and then you arrive on tier 2 and there's nothing left to creep. And our map is going to be Tidehunters or Autumn Leaves. Is Tidehunters a good Blade Master map? There's certainly lots of opportunities to stack the blade through creeping and also through the marketplace. It's risky. If the Undead tries to fast expand, this is where the Blade Master has the biggest weakness. And on Tidehunters, it is certainly doable to fast expand. Very interesting. Are we going to see more Blade? Or are we going to return now to the Farseer? I think I'd like to see 1-0 play Lich Fast expansion now. This could be a fast tech by Lin. No War Mill yet, so it's definitely not a Blade Master. Alright, Farseer, fast tech. Fast expansion can definitely work against this. And we do have a 6th Acolyte. But it's DK. Okay, so it's not a tier 2 without a barracks, but it's a pretty late barracks. It's gonna take some time until the headhunters come out. I'm gonna start the tier 2 here in a moment. For 1-0, the tech will be a lot slower. Acolyte checks out the main. Sees pretty much standard.
Players' forces are under attack.
And then it's going to be instantly aggressive. Doesn't want to creep up himself first. Some orcs like to take the 2 green camps in the middle to get them to level 2. But that of course also gives quite some space to the undead. 1-0 with a clean creep here at the first. Yellow. Gets close to level 2, but not quite to level 2. Oh, that ghoul might go down. With the coils and the narrow. Ghoul is fine. One wolf went to the DK, so he needs one more wolf to get the level 2. Alright, tier 2 starts. What's the difference? That's a big difference. That's more than a minute that Lin is ahead with a tier 2. Very important asset. If Lin could steal this, that would be absolutely huge, but once again, 1-0 doesn't allow for it. Circlet and Mantle. Amazing item for 1-0. And so far, Lin isn't getting too much done. The harass, really not that fruitful just yet. And here, at this part in the game, when you only have 3 or 4 headhunters, it's very scary as well. They could get surrounded, easily taken off one by one. And then you can end up in quite a bit of trouble.
A player's forces are under attack.
Once again, kill secured with the coil. And so far, no ghouls lost. Clean game by 1-0. Tier 2 coming up. Graveyard. And all that. And this time it's TC second. It's the first time, right, that we see TC second. Before it was always Shadowhunter second. I'm in general a bigger fan of the TC second. But it also comes with a bit of a risk. If the DK gets level 3, and then he starts harassing you with Lich and DK on tier 2, the TC has a much tougher time dealing with that compared to a Shadowhunter. But Lin is managing quite nicely to slow down this Death Knight's creeping. And he didn't lose any Headhunters. So, successful early game for Lin, I'd say. So far. Time for a Dark Ranger? Oh, indeed. 1-0 wants to be able to keep creeping quickly. Not wait for the Lich. Oh, circlet again. Whoa. Items looking sick indeed. TC with the first stomp. Wants to greet these ghouls and take out a few of them right away. But with the aura, they're pretty speedy. Hard to kill off one by one. Dark Ranger joining. Next stomp. TC now out of mana. It's gonna get at least one kill though, right? Look at the Farseer. He's looking for the stragglers. Gets that one kill here. Very nice. But also in danger of losing a few more of his Headhunters. DK. Oh! Look at that! He even denied it with the peons. Both players here playing this really well. Farseer is looking for more kills. Oh! Oh my god, does he see that one as well? Oh, he did! Damn! Dude, Lin with some great scouting, some great game sense. But also at the same time, he is about to lose a few more of his Headhunters. And the big problem here is the TC isn't leveling. He's been prevented from creeping for quite some time. He's got 0 experience! 0! Use the speed scroll trying to save the Berserker, and he's going to be able to. Oh, and the Farseer, look at him! He's finding more and more ghouls. That's the 3rd ghoul at least that he was able to find. Very nicely done. It's very tough in this kind of a situation to mentally keep track of where the ghouls are going or where they might be going and to look for these kills. Super well done by Lin. Very, very impressive. But still, the TC is not leveling. And that's the problem with TC second. With Shadowhunter second, with Hex, this would be so much easier to handle. With a TC, it's very tough. Alright, here comes the Shadow. Only 2 camps have been fully crept yet, by the way. Pretty crazy. Very aggressive early game. So we have lots of creeps still left over for the triple hero for the late game. Farseer solo creeping the item here. That's pretty cool. TC creeping in the middle. He got level 2. Now there's a Shadowhunter. And I think if the game goes slowly, Lin's going to be very satisfied with that. He would love to get level 3s on TC and Shadow. Oh, some sick items for 1-0 as well. Claws and double circlet and mantle. Quite possibly these are all going to be given over to the Lich. In fact, I think they should be.
Players' forces are under attack.
And Lin's gonna give up the red camp. He doesn't want to be forced into a fight yet. He doesn't have very strong levels yet. One of those items so far have been excellent. Here at the red camp also there's a lot of great finds for him to get. Book of the Dead. Pretty good. It's not the best one from this camp, but pretty good. Now 1-0 pretty bold with his camp. I think Lin has to try to creepjack this. It seems a bit greedy by 1-0. But only 2/2/1 hero levels. And 1-0 just gonna TP on out. Picks up the item, big invo potion, very good for him. With the Nova, I think he got the last hit there as well. Perfect TP by 1-0. Again, the Chinese displaying some great game sense. Two invo potions now on the undead. Lin's his own invo potion. And I guess he's picking that up right now. Yep. He needs to be able to break through the silence with a TC invuln. He can't just allow those ghouls to run rampant. Another invuln. My goodness. 1-0 has 3 invuln potions now. That's a bit overkill. Would have loved some mana instead, but fair enough. Roll with the Magi here found. Lin is still lacking the big levels. He still needs level 3 TC. He still needs level 3 Shadow. But here comes 1-0. Ready to hit the main base. And there's no reinforced defenses. And that's one Burrow easily taken out. A second one could follow. Lin is TPing home. 1-0 is just sticking around. Didn't silence right away. I feel like that's a bit of a mistake. Now here we see the silence of TC. Can't use the stomp. He doesn't have the invuln. Invuln still in the Farseer. Bit of a mistake there. Oh, the Book of the Dead. Basically trapping 2 of the Berserkers level 3 now on the Dark Ranger. And now the Skellies will be stronger and stronger. Oh my god, the Book of the Dead is turning out to be way better than I thought it would. This is making everything so chaotic for Lin. Still hasn't used the stomp. The TC is still looking for his window to get the perfect stomp off. There we go, finally. Healstro also committed by 1-0. His whole army is still looking very healthy. 1-0 did a great job making this fight very difficult to properly execute for Lin. And Lin is going to call it GG. 3-1 lead, or 3-1 win in the end for 1-0. The Blade Master was able to put up a resistance, but outside of that, 1-0 in full control. So we got the 3-1 win for him. Just like earlier for Kaho. Alright, and with that, we're done for TED Cup today. Tomorrow, TED Cup continues with the final day. It's going to be a 3rd place match between Focus and Lin in the grand final with 1-0 versus Kaho. We're not quite done for the day. We're going to be back later on tonight in the evening hours with some German coverage of the ESL Meisterschaft. We have 3 games today, I believe, and I hope I'm going to see you guys for that one again. But yeah, done for now. Like I said, we're going to be back tomorrow. TED Cup 10 Grand Final. 1-0's sick run continues, but the new rising star Kaho is going to be standing in his way. That's going to be a great game. And we'll see how that one goes tomorrow. Thank you, by the way, Hots X-Ray with a 16-month resub. Much appreciated. All right, guys. I guess I'll see you later, or tomorrow, or one of these days. Have a good one, and take care. Bye-bye.